All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. I wanted to come in this morning and chat with you. We're a little early. Got a bunch of drive time. Just stopped at Lowe's, picked up some things I need, and we're heading out. And we've been teaching and preaching so much doom and gloom here lately. I wanted to bring a good story in, and I wanted to give you guys some positive, because to be honest with you guys, I'm tired of all the negativity. I really am. I'm still pissed off and upset about George Floyd. However, with my mental psyche, I have to fill my mind with positivity. Have to. So I'm gonna allow some of you guys to come in, and then we're gonna talk about our main story. But in the meantime, we'll just chit chat about some things that are going on. Of course, coronavirus is still running rampant. We've passed 100,000 deaths in the country. Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah, Lady Kickboxer 23. All right, welcome. Are you new here? I don't remember seeing you in the chat ever before. Good morning, Ashley. How are you? And if you are new, please subscribe. We need all the help we can get. And good morning to you, Ashley. Thank you so much for being here. Let me see here. Good morning, Baroness. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for showing up and showing out and being here. Thank you so much. But yeah, I wanted to bring you guys a very, very, very positive story this morning. Of course, we're going to talk about the current events. We're going to talk about what's going on in Minneapolis. Last night, those folks went crazy. They started burning down buildings. And when I was actually online with you guys, oh, you saw the while back? Thank you. I appreciate you for popping in. So I was on the phone with my mom. I was on live with you guys last night. And my mom was calling me, and it's very uncommon for her to call me, that late at night. So as soon as I entered live, I called my mom, and I actually have an aunt that lives in Minneapolis, and she was calling my mom because she was actually concerned and a little nervous, because in Minneapolis, she was telling my mom how the crowds were just going crazy, and they had started burning buildings. And lo and behold, this morning, that's what I see on the news this morning. They burned down several buildings, gutted. I think they gutted the Target, which I'm not surprised, because I was, when I was reporting live last night, these folks had Target shopping carts stacked up like it was a war zone. I mean, literally, that's what it reminded me of as I was watching it live last night. So that's still going on. Justice needs to be brought swiftly in that case, not only for the family but for the city, because that city right now is in turmoil. And I hear that the mayor now is calling for the National Guard to come in, which is not good. That's not good at all. Oh, I hate that everybody loses when they burn the city homes. But I know. I mean, protesting is one thing peacefully. That's getting your point across. But when you start looting and burning stuff, you're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting your city. You're making your city look bad. I mean, it's just so much. So many things that are negative. And I knew this would happen. I was talking to my mom, and she's like, "It's just like you said it would happen." I was like, "I knew it was going to happen." It's people at their boiling point in this country, and not just the black community, but everybody. Everybody's at their boiling point with all the injustice that's going on. So hey, I need your cell number again. Email it to me, thanks. Or do me a favor, just shoot me a quick email. Shoot me a quick email, and then that'll trigger me to text you. All right, and it accomplishes nothing. I agree, it accomplishes absolutely nothing. But it is what it is. And it's sad. It really truly is sad. The whole entire situation is just absolutely sad. But on a lighter note, I wanted to bring you guys a positive story of a young man out in California. His name is Jack Rico. Jack Rico graduated from the LaMirada or something like that. LaMirada. Y'all know my pronunciation. My reading is terrible. That's why I told y'all, men, get a woman who can read. LaMirada, Fullerton College. He started going to classes at age 11. Plant-based homestead prepper at Gmail. He started going to classes at 11 and graduated not with 1, not with 2, not with 3, but with 4 associate degrees at age 13. Can you believe that? At age 13, this kid graduates yesterday, apparently, with 4 associates. 4! I'm like, that's not even possible. Wow. This kid must be like a genius. So I thought that was a really neat, good story, good heartfelt, story of someone who accomplished something great that would be amazing for somebody who started at 18 and did. It would be amazing for somebody who started at 30 and did. But this kid did it at 13. So I was like, man, yeah, we're gonna talk. I was like, we gotta talk about that, because that doesn't hearing that just make you feel good? Lawrence, what's your email? Not yelling. It is plant-based homestead prepper at gmail.com. Plant-based homestead prepper at gmail.com. Wow, that is amazing. It truly is. How y'all doing my part? Running. It's going late too before I get here. Hey, Miss Grace, thank you for joining us. Isn't that such a feel-good story? As soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, I got to bring that to the family, because it made me feel good inside. And I know, just you guys thinking about that and hearing it, it's got to make you feel good, with everything that's going on. And we still have coronavirus going on, y'all. Coronavirus is still running. We crossed over 100,000 deaths. We got this George Floyd situation where, this cop basically killed him on live social media. And it's gone viral to the point where the city is looting, rioting, and voicing, their concerns of what has happened. And my biggest thing is, this is my whole thing about that situation. If myself, Baroness, Miss Grace, and Ashley were all involved in the death, whether it was voluntary or involuntary, if we were there and I was the one with the knee on the neck and you guys were there watching, or you were holding his legs or whatever, we were all part of the same gang, because that's the way this was, then we be in jail right now. We be locked up. No, I mean during the investigation. And now we might have been able to post bail, okay, and get out, for a time period. And that's my whole thing, I can't see any, and I consider myself to be pretty level-headed, pretty open-minded. I'm speaking from not only a person of the black community, but I'm speaking from a former military police officer. At no point in time in any of my training has anyone ever taught, told me, or scolded at me that it was authorized, legal, or justified, which is the true word, justification, of putting your knee in the back of someone's neck until they passed out, asphyxiated, and died, perished. There was no threat. We were always taught to counsel a threat. Counsel, and I went through this training 20-something years ago. Let me see, I joined the Navy in 92, 93. So like in 1994, this is when this training went through. And even to this day, what's that, 94, 04, good Lord, 94, 04, 14. Is that 30 years? Oh my God. Oh my God, that's crazy. So that's 30 years ago. That's 30 years ago of my training, my personal training. And it was always, you use force to counsel a threat. So in other words, I could escalate force one time above what the assailant or the suspect was producing. So if the suspect had nothing, I could use pepper spray, I could use a baton, I could use comalones, which are just hand techniques. My go-to was always, if I can get it out, mace. Because we didn't have tasers back then. I had, and it wasn't even mace, it was pepper spray. Actually, it was chemical. It wasn't even pepper. It was chemical spray. So if I could get to my chemical spray, that was my go-to. But I knew I could grab my asp, pop that thing, and wear you out. And even with the asp, which is a metal rod that extends. You can pop it, and it extends out probably 2 feet, and you can go to town with somebody on that. But we were trained never to hit anybody in the elbows, never to hit anybody on the kneecaps. It was always in the fatty, meaty part of the body, their buttocks, the back of their legs, and that was basically the only place we could even use the asp. Or we knew we would be prosecuted for that. And if we messed up and we hit somebody in the wrong place, we knew we would be court-martialed. Because in the military, you get court-martialed. You don't get tried. You get court-martialed. And if it was a minor, offense, then you go to captain's mast, and you would lose rank. You know, we all knew that. So and there was only one situation where I had to even show my firearm, okay? And I don't even want to go to that situation because, that's nothing. I can't imagine how heartless these people have to be to just murder someone. Because me even thinking about the time when I had to show my firearm and almost had to counsel a threat, which we were trained to counsel the threat. It was 2 to the chest and then reassess. Y'all see, I know this training because I can regurgitate it, and this has been 30 years. God, it cannot have been that long. No, let me see here. I joined the Navy in 93. So that had to be about 95, 90. No, this was close to the end. Okay, so this was close to the end of my career. I got out in 02, 01. Okay, so this is like 1999. So I was just messed up. I was messed up on my time frame. 1998, 1999. So what's that? 98, 08, 18. So okay, it has been 22 years. 22 years, and I still remember all this training. And military police academy is only like 8 weeks, I think. It might be 16, I can't remember. But it's between 8 and 16 weeks, which is really not a long time. But apparently, it's way better than civilian academy because I can remember my training from 22 years ago. So my point is, never at any time was I trained that it was lawful and justified. Because see, we always had to prove justification for whatever we did. If we hit our lights and siren, we had to have just cause in order to do that. We had to have probable cause in order to do that. And see, those are words that you don't hear in the media. Those are words that you don't hear thrown around, during interviews. Justification, just cause. You're not going to hear that because those things are out the door now. And I'm sorry, I'm getting on a rant again. I said this is going to be a positive. I'm really bothered by this thing. This thing is causing me to lose sleep. I was up this morning like 3:30 this morning, just on this stuff, and I went to bed late last night. So I'm losing sleep over this because I'm so bothered, and I'm more bothered about this than I am any other police killing. I'm more bothered about this than I was about the female officer who went into the guy's apartment and shot and killed him because she thought it was her apartment. I'm more bothered by this than the father and the son who vigilante justice went out and claimed this guy was, a burglar into a house that was being built. Simply because those were civilians. And I feel that we should hold police officers at a much higher standard, especially since I used to be one. Now, it'd be different if I was just talking from my hip, and I didn't have any kind of history. I didn't know what I was talking about. I would be like, okay, this is all opinion. I'm giving you guys a bunch of facts right now, okay? Y'all hold on 1 second, please. Oh, you know what? You may have to order them, or they have this one that you can buy. It's a big blue one, and then you can cut it to fit. Yeah, yeah. I just thought about it. Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh, you might be able to find them. No, no, those are special order. Now, no, you're not gonna find those are special orders. So don't worry about it. Just buy one that one of those big blue ones, and then we'll just cut that to fit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's huge. I think like 26 by 26. Yep, yeah, there you go. Yeah, get one of them, then we just cut that one down. And I gotta make a run first thing this morning, but I'll meet you over there when I get finished with this first job. Okay. All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna still come back and check, check the walls and everything. If you touch, they probably not dry yet. Because I put that mud on real thick, so they probably not even dry. But yeah, I'm gonna come through there to help you. Yeah, I ain't gonna leave you high and dry like that. All right, man. I'll see you later. All right, take care. Bye bye. Okay, everybody, we are back. Can you guys hear me? Y'all can. All right, let's see here. Will anybody be safe or anybody soon when the whole world goes nuts? I'm trying to move to another state, to North Carolina. Yeah, Baroness, I can't wait till you move up closer to me. That's gonna be awesome. I'm just trying to check through the chats. All right, so yeah, it'd be different. It'd be different if I was just talking and I was giving you guys opinions. Because that's what a lot of people do. They give you opinions. I'm giving you guys experience. And at no point, as a matter of fact, we were never taught any kind of chokeholds. We were taught this one come along where like we would come up behind a we didn't even call them suspects. Well, let's just say suspect. We would come up behind a suspect, and if they were sitting there talking, slam their elbow against inside of our elbow, and they were like, that's called a come along. And trust me, you apply it effectively, people can't get out of it because it hurts like crap. Oh my God, it hurts because you're putting pressure on a pressure point. And people do what you tell them to do. They're like, hey, come on. And and now putting people in handcuffs, that's detaining. That's detaining, and that's why it's always awesome for you to know your rights. Am I being detained or am I free to go? Those are the questions you gotta ask. Hey, RD, how you doing? Those are the questions you gotta. Am I being detained or am I free to go? You're being detained. Okay, well here, lock me up. And just go quietly. You can't protest. You get your day in court. However, Mr. George Floyd didn't get his day in court. We're his voice now. So anyway, RD, we're talking about positive things this morning. And I got on a tangent about George Floyd again. But we have this young man, for those who are just graduated with 4 associate degrees. 4. I think that's so amazing. I don't have 4 associate degrees. Matter of fact, how many of you guys have 4 associate degrees? Now, I do have 1 bachelor's, but I don't have any associates. Now I have a doctorate in YouTube and life experience, and from what my mom used to call the School of Hard Knocks, which is life. I got like double doctorate in those, but I only have 1 bachelor's. I don't have any associates. This kid's got 4. I just think that's so neat. You know what I'm saying? I think that is so amazing. And I've never been one to really, appreciate and like school. However, I do love education. I love educating myself. That's why YouTube is like the best platform for me ever, because I have learned so much on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I've learned how to fly RC airplanes. I'm learning how to get my private pilot's license. I'm learning how to sail on a sailboat, all through YouTube. All through YouTube. I've repaired and fixed my credit from YouTube. I've gone from a 530 credit score to over 800 in less than 2 years, all from YouTube. I met some great people from YouTube. This is such an amazing platform. And I know there's a lot of things going on, y'all. I know that there's a lot of negativity in the world right now. Actually, congratulations. I didn't know you had a bachelor's. No, 1 2-year and 1 4-year. All right. I have 3, but it took till 28. That's okay, Lady Kickboxing. 3 3 associates, man. That's amazing in itself. A bachelor's is amazing. You know, anybody who goes to a higher education and gets that piece of paper, I mean, you know, that's something my mom always used, because she's an educator. That's something my mom always used to say. Make sure you get that piece of paper, because nobody can ever take that away from you. And I'm like, I lost that piece of paper. I didn't even need nobody to take it away from me, because I lost it. I don't know where it is now. Good morning, checking in before we go to the apartment to start packing to move. Good for you. I am so happy and proud of you guys. Yes, I have a bachelor in criminal justice. Well, you know what? From your criminal justice standpoint, how do you feel about this incident in Minnesota? And what do you think the holdup is for the Attorney General to actually start prosecution? Because I think it's amazing right now. You know, and excuse me, Michael Best, I love him. He commented on one of the videos and had probably like 5 or 6 paragraphs, and I read them all, Mike. I read every last paragraph, and I agree with you on some things, but I have to tend to disagree with you on others. And I understand what you're saying about the investigation part. However, if it was you or I, we would be locked up during the investigation. All right? Because yes, you're guilty. You're innocent until proven guilty. But when you have something like cold hard facts where it's right there on camera, and all this, you know, people are talking about, well, we don't know what happened before. Well, I've seen all the videos except for all the body cams that I'm sure were off at the time. I'm sure they were malfunctioning, because that's usually what it was, you know. And it's amazing. Isn't it amazing how police officers are so fearful of their lives, but they're the only ones that have all these weapons? They got tasers, they got pepper spray, they got batons, they got freaking a firearm, but you're the one that's fearful. Shit, I'm nervous. You pull behind me and you hit your lights. Hell, I'm the one that's nervous. I'm the one that's scared. Oh my God, I'm getting, like yesterday, I was going through the tunnel and this guy, I passed him and he hits his siren on me. And I'm like, is this guy about to pull me over? Speed limit is 35. You're doing 35 exactly. I'm doing like 37, 38. What the heck? Okay, I'll slow down. I don't want that smoke today. You know? And I didn't even, you know, I actually it's not that I didn't realize he was a cop. I was just doing, you know, what we normally do through the tunnel. So, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and I was live when it happened, and it made me nervous. I'm like, oh guys, am I about to get pulled over? And I even said, I was like, well, if I get pulled over, I'm staying live with you guys, because I want y'all to witness my murder. Because me, and see, that's another thing with cops. I don't understand. We were trained when we initiate a traffic stop. We're going to initiate the traffic stop. We have to park our vehicles a certain way. We ran the plates before we even walked up to the car. We walked up to the back of the car, thumbprint on the back of the trunk, initiated contact at this thing right here. This right here is called a fatal funnel, okay? A window, a door is a fatal funnel. I see cops standing right here talking to people. I'm like, where did you get trained? This is where the cop is supposed to stand and talk to you from. So you have to look back at him like that, so he can watch everything you're doing. I see cops way out here talking to folks. Matter of fact, I got pulled over about 3 years ago, and dude walked up to the car, and he's like, "Is that a real inspection sticker?" I'm like, "I hope so. Hell, my company gave me this truck and whatever." I mean, he wrote me a citation. I paid it, whatever. You know, I'm like, okay, whatever, no biggie. No biggie. You caught me. All right, $120 to the city. I chalked it up as an idiot tax because I didn't pay attention to the doggone sticker, the inspection sticker on a brand new daggum truck. My fault. But he runs up to the doggone car, starts talking to me, goes all the way out here, looks at the doggone sticker and everything. No regards of his own safety at all. And when I get pulled over, I hit my flashers. I turn the truck off. I get the registration out and everything. I have it already ready for him because I don't want no problems from it. You have my license out and all. Everything is already ready. I have it sitting right here. it was a bad deal for George. It was. I mean, it was the end for George. Just make it out alive. I mean, and it's sad that you got to feel that way about a freaking traffic stop. I mean, I've gotten to the point, and you're talking to an ex-military, ex-police officer. I've gotten to the point now. I was somewhere the other day. I stopped and got me some food. I was sitting down in my truck eating. These 2 cop cars pulled up. They went in, and I was like, I mean, they never said a word to me. They didn't even look my way. But I wasn't parked illegally. I just wasn't parked in a parking space. And I'm like, I hope these don't say anything to me. And if they did, I would have just moved. I would have gone on about my business, because sometimes cops are just buttholes. I worked with some. I worked with this one dude. He said he had an open door policy. If he had to open his door, you were getting a ticket. And he was a fat boy. I mean, he was lazy. He was fat, and that was his motto. He's like, I got an open door policy. If I got to open my door, you getting a ticket. You getting rid of it. I wrote 1 citation the whole time I was a police officer. 1. And that was because I had a partner who was quote unquote training me. And we were sitting at a stop sign and had to go to court over that, and the girl brought in an attorney, and he tore me up on the stand. Tore me flat up because we didn't go through any kind of training on how to testify. And me being honest, well, what did you see? Well, we observed. Wait a minute, you said we? Yeah, my partner and I. Your partner's not here. And from that, he just ate me alive. I felt like I was that tall. And I saw the girl outside. I was like, congratulations on your victory. She was like, thank you. You should have never written it. And she's right. I should have never written it. But I wrote it because the guy I was with, and there's that peer pressure. And somebody asked me, it's like, well, if you were out and one of your superiors or one of your fellow officers was doing something wrong, would you really have been able to step in? And in my case, even back when I was 20, yes, the answer is absolutely yes. I wouldn't have been able to stand by. I wouldn't have been able to stand by in that crowd of those people shouting at those cops, murdering that man, and not being able to do something. I probably would have gotten arrested that day myself. Because I would have known what was happening. You're murdering this guy. And y'all gonna have to doggone arrest me. Because I'm coming at you, little choke, or whatever your name is. I'm gonna go through you to get to this guy and at least knock this dude off this guy. And hopefully, it would have stopped the murder. And sometimes, I keep saying, like Martin Luther King says, an injustice to one is an injustice to all. He truly is, and that's just me. And here's a cop pulling up behind me now. They were afraid. Oh yeah, understandably they were afraid. Heck yeah, who wouldn't be afraid in that situation? Because you only get one life to live. That's it. One. You get one life to live. And here I am. This is crazy. We're talking about police, and we're talking about all this crap right now. A police just pull up behind me, and I keep watching my mirrors. I'm like, what are you doing, sir? What are you doing? Are you going to initiate a stop? You going to kill me today? That's sad. I mean, it truly is. And I don't see anything coming out where they're trying to even make the relationships between them and the public. He just pulled around. He's going to go around me now. So I don't even see anything where police and the public, they're even doing anything in my area. I can't speak for anywhere else to make the relationships better between cop civilian. I'm not seeing it. Because you would think right now they would really be trying to come through the neighborhoods, walk around, talk to people. But hell, in my city, it's so much going on. They're busy. People have absolutely seemed like they've gone crazy, lost their mind in my city. And I was listening to the police scanner last night. I was listening to the police scanner in the county where George Floyd lost his life, and I was listening to the police scanner in my hometown at the same time last night. And I was watching live, the live feed of the protest, and I was doing live with you guys all at the same time last night. And I'm like, golly, it is so much going on. Look, testifying in court is so much fun. Not. I've had to testify in court twice. I made the plaintiff's attorney mad because they got caught in a lie. Nice work, Ashley. Yeah, good for you. Tough situation to watch your friend or family. I wouldn't be able to. Now, and I watched the video day before yesterday, and this guy was like, if that was someone you loved, would you have been able to really stand by and watch them die? I wouldn't have been able to. I don't think I would have been able to do it, even if it was somebody I didn't even know. Because I have such regard for just life. Not even human life, just life. And yeah, that's a nervous situation. That's a scary situation. I applaud those folks for yelling at the police. Several of them even walked up to the police, and they were like, pushed back or whatever. So I applaud those people because they were sitting there witnessing a murder happen by an authoritarian figure that is sworn an oath to protect and serve. And that's what makes this crime so egregious, because if it was you or I, we'd be locked up right now. Thank you for your vote, Roderick 2020. Oh, if I was president, y'all wouldn't like me if I was president. First of all, it'd be too much daggum common sense going on.
Media and fairness. President Trump tweeted that, ready to take action after Twitter fact-checked.
Did y'all hear about the president getting fact-checked by Twitter? Wouldn't it be so freaking funny if they closed his account?
Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act.
That would be so funny to me if they actually closed his account. I would just die laughing. He tweets too much. And you guys know, whomever's gonna be in office, I normally will support them. Anyway, we're not even gonna talk about that stuff. Haha, too much common sense. I mean, it would be too much common sense governing. But then again, you got the House and the Senate that you gotta get things passed through. And you gotta play politics. But I really truly believe if a commoner like you or I was ever to get into office, I mean, the country would have to change. Y'all, let's have some fun real quick. We got about 15 minutes of drive. Let's have some fun. Y'all give me a situation, and if I was president, I'd tell you what I would do. And then y'all tell me if y'all agree or disagree. I'm telling y'all now, most of y'all going to disagree. I'm telling you right now, most of you would disagree. But you will probably vote for me. Be like, yeah, Roger's he's going to have some common sense. And did y'all hear about this stuff with China? China's, and I don't really understand what's going on. Hong Kong, I guess they're trying to fight for their independence or whatever. And China's like, no. I mean, I don't know. Abortion. All right. I'm probably going to lose some subscribers here. I believe that in the case of a woman's body, it is a woman's body. It is her choice. Do I personally believe in abortion? No, I don't personally believe in abortion. And if I accidentally got Jennifer pregnant right now, we would probably have the baby. But a woman's body is a woman's body. Who am I, a man, to tell not only somebody else what to do with their body in what we call and claim a free country, but a woman? I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I sure don't know what it's like to be a pregnant woman. And I definitely don't know what it's like to be a pregnant woman who doesn't want to have that child. Who am I to tell somebody what to do? And my views are normally very conservative, but on that issue, no, that's that woman's body. And what I look at it like this: what do I look like? Somebody saying, Roger, you are too fat, and we're gonna starve you for the next 2 weeks so you can lose 20 pounds. I'll slap the hell out of you. I really would. To send billions and billions and billions, that's our president's favorite word, billions and billions and billions of dollars overseas, then I feel that everybody in the country should have health care. Affordable, if not free health care. That's the way I feel about it. If we can spend trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars on what I consider BS, then we can fix the infrastructure of this country. I mean, if we can just print money like we're doing, we can fix bridges and roads, and everybody can go to the daggone doctor. Now, there needs to be some stipulations. There needs to be like some kind of cap, because I know we got hypochondriacs, and I know some of y'all are gonna be like, oh well, shoot, I can go to the doctor. My toe hurt, I'm going to the doctor. My pinky hurt, I'm going to the. No, got to be some common sense, but everybody should have affordable health care, if not free. That's the way I feel about it. It's your body, but morals and values are very important. Y'all hold on, my boss calling me. Come get it. You want me to come get him? Come get it? Okay. You know I ain't got no room in this truck. I gotta borrow your car. What's up? Yes. Hey, good morning, sunshine. How you doing today? Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, geez. Oh, so she's moving in the house by herself. What is it, Section 8? I figured that by the way the locks were. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Today? Okay. Where 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 yeah, I did say that. Where is this place gonna be located? Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So I'll meet you. What? Okay, cool. Probably because I don't have anything like blankets or anything like that. So yeah, you need to bring something. You're so welcome. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. It really depends on what kind of finish it has on it now. If it has like a clear coat or whatever, it's gonna be really, really hard. You would need to sand it first for it to, for it to take. But if you're gonna, yeah, I don't even think stain would even take if you got a clear coat on that piece of furniture. It might. I mean, I've never. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. You can try it. Always. Oh, okay. Okay. I got you. I understand. Yes, ma'am. We let's see how far I get today because I plan on finishing up at Weblin and then going over there and trying to do some things. It should not take me long to turn over the room. I mean, I mean, and honestly, it really don't need to be painted. I mean, it's always good practice. What are you doing with the floors over there? You sure? Because the rest of the house is flooring like the plank stuff. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Sounds good to me. All right. Okay. Well, I'm glad she's moving from where she is, but I think she's gonna drive that poor lady over there insane. And she's so sweet and so nice. Yeah. But oh well, not my call. Yep, not my call. All right, so I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. You're welcome. Bye bye. I'm so sorry, everyone. Everybody's like wanting to talk to me this morning because I'm just. All right, what would you do about the homeless? I feel about the homeless kind of like I feel about healthcare. You know, we're the richest country in the world. This is my approach about stuff. Charity begins at home. Okay, charity begins at home, then it's spread abroad, and I don't see how we have homeless here in this country. I don't understand. But then again, you got to look at the economy. You know, we're money driven, and the economy is driven by capitalism. So as long as everything is driven by capitalism, everything's driven by money, then you're always going to have prices that are going to constantly be going up for housing. So we would need to figure out a way to get housing costs down so that housing will be affordable for everyone. Now, I don't want to turn this country into a socialist country where everybody just get free everything. But I also believe in people who are contributing to society, you know. I mean, because there are some homeless people that are homeless by choice. We used to live in an area where there was a high density of homeless, and you know, I would always talk to them. And a lot of them, you know, not even some, a lot of them were homeless by choice. They're like, hey, I love my life. I do this, I do that, I get my little check and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, really? What? Because I was just baffled by some of their answers. I'm like, because I remember this guy named Chuck. And Chuck was homeless by choice. And Chuck would smoke his cigarettes, drink his liquor, and be homeless, sleeping on the corner. And we see Chuck, and he never would ask us for anything. We'd be like, Chuck, you need anything? He's like, yeah, I can go get me some smokes. Now, I don't believe in buying people's, bad habits, smoking cigarettes and things like that. But I'm like, Chuck, I'll get you some food, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I don't think we are the richest country. We are the debt. We in debt by trillions. You're right, Chocolate Beauty. You're so right. Okay, so you say, yes, it's our body, but morals and values are very important. I agree with that. But I'm like this. I agree with morals and values. Totally agree with that. However, what you do in your bedroom is your business. And what you do with your body is your business as well. Okay? Because I can't be on one side and be like, what you do in your bedroom is your business. But then when something happens, I got to jump in, and I got to give you my opinion about something or my religious view about something. So, I mean, y'all asked me how I felt. Okay? So, yes, I met homeless people that say that as well. And I hope I don't lose any subscribers. I mean, y'all give me some more. All right, abortion, health care. What you say, taxes? Taxpayers shouldn't pay for the abortion. I can agree with that. I mean, I believe the taxpayers shouldn't pay for a whole bunch of things. But we do. We pay for a lot of things. But do we really? I mean, for every dollar that's printed, that puts us, what, $3 or $4 in debt as a taxpayer? I mean, we'll never pay for it anyway. So I tend to agree with that. Yeah, I tend to agree that taxpayers shouldn't be taxed for somebody else's bad decision. So I tend to agree with that. Hey, you guys drop a bill, and when it gets across the desk, I'm gonna either veto it or I'm gonna sign it into law. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the way it works. And the things that I would propose as president, they would never get passed. Never. Ever. 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 And see, I don't feel I'm smart enough to be the president. You got to be like super intelligent. Like, President Obama, President Trump. You got to be super intelligent. So, creator and that force cannot be pleased with abortion. It's not natural. Well, I look at it like this. Back in the day, before we had, places where you can go and get a professional doctor abortion, women were sticking clothes hangers, up, aborting a baby. And if a woman really truly does not want to have a baby, I mean, there are certain things that they can do that will harm that child for the rest of their life. So, and I agree with you. I totally agree with you. If you go into politics with a religious belief, in the forefront, and see, there's got to be a separation of church and state. And when you start putting your beliefs, or I should say, when you start putting your religious beliefs to abide by somebody else's non-moral factor, I guess that's the best way to say it, then I kind of got a problem with that. I believe if a woman she should have the choice between that. Okay, I mean, that's definitely a situation right there. And I know, I know at least 2 women that I know personally who were impregnated that way, and they had the children, and the children are amazing people. Okay, amazing people, amazing. And I know the standpoint of some folks going to be like, well, you're aborting the next president of the United States, you're aborting the next winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, you could be aborting the next whatever of the world. But I still believe in choice. I don't believe you can live in what is called a quote unquote free country, and then you try to control people. Now, things that are just totally blatant, like murder. I mean, and we have so many laws in the books already for everything. Now, basic things, murder, art, things. I mean, those things. We just need to enforce the laws that are on the books. And then I'm surprised you guys didn't ask me what my opinion of the death penalty was. I have mixed emotions about that. I have mixed feelings about the death penalty. Because I'm like, if someone was to break in my mom's house and kill my mom, and we know exactly who did it, and I mean, it's kind of hard for me to say, yeah, you're gonna be good for the rest of your life. I mean, but I mean, like I told you guys before, when y'all mentioned this, I wouldn't want to be the president. It's too much stress and too much pressure for me. Plus, you got to wear a suit every day. You got to wear a suit every day. You got to talk to people that you don't even like to try to get things done. Don't you guys know that Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump do not like each other at all? They don't like each other. They can't even work together. I can't even imagine not liking somebody on the level that they don't like each other, and then still try to work with them. And they don't ask, what's that, FB or the situation anymore than the woman. You gotta keep from snapping heads off. Deal with the media. Oh, I do a press conference every day. I do a press conference like I talk to y'all every day. Yeah, that'd be easy. Because I know when to say no more questions. President Trump, how do you feel about, such and such and such? I mean, President Roderick. And that's what I would go by. It wouldn't be President Chappelle. I'd be like, just call me President Rod. President Rod, how do you feel about such and such and such? Because see, people that don't know me that well, they call me Rod. My friends call me Roderick, okay? And people that don't know me well, or people that, that I allow to call me by Rod, we will never have a great relationship. So that's just something you guys personally know. So they be like, President Rod, what do you feel about George Floyd? I mean, it's a sad situation. And from what I've seen, if I was a prosecuting attorney, he'd be locked up right now. All 4 of those officers would be locked up right now. But we have to wait for justice to happen. And I encourage the citizens of Minneapolis. I know and I understand that you are hurt and you are angry right now. I truly feel your pain. However, you going out and you committing another crime to justify the crime that has already taken place, it's not justification. And I need you to stop. And the first executive act of the day is going to be deploy the National Guard to Minneapolis to get that city under control. And I'm not doing it out of hatred. I'm not doing it out of anything other than love for the community, because I don't want to see you guys do anything that's going to harm yourselves. Doesn't that sound political? Man, that sounded political. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. This has been a great chat. Thank you guys for being here. I really, truly appreciate you guys. Let me see here. I'm for the death penalty. You can kill someone purposely, then you're morally corrupt. Whole underlying premise. Really thought it isn't. Sorry I'm late, but let the ads run. So what's the define of moral compass then? We'll have to talk about that another time, lady kickboxer. We're gonna have to, because I got to run. I gotta go and install a toilet real quick, okay? Not taking life purposely. All right, I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. I'm gonna catch you guys later, all right?